Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Conversation Podcast. I'm Sarah, and I'm here today with my co host, Mike. Mike, how are you feeling this morning?
Hi, Sarah. Hi, everyone. I'm feeling great, actually. Really energized and ready to talk about today's topic.
That's wonderful to hear, and I'm sure our listeners will want to know your secret because today we're talking about productive morning routines. But before we dive in, I have to be honest, my mornings haven't always been so good.
Really? What do you mean?
Well, just last week, I woke up feeling terrible. I hit the snooze button 5 times, jumped out of bed in a panic, and realized I only had 20 minutes before an important meeting. Oh, wow. I threw on the first clothes I could find, grabbed a banana, and ran out the door. No shower, no breakfast, no time to think. It was a disaster.
Oh no, that sounds really stressful. What happened with your meeting?
I was late, of course, and I felt tired and unfocused the whole day. I couldn't concentrate on anything. That's when I decided something had to change.
That's actually really common. Many of our listeners probably have similar experiences. The good news is that you can change your mornings, and today we're going to show you how.
That's right.
And we'll also explain some important vocabulary words at the end of today's episode, so make sure you listen all the way through.
So, Mike, let's start with a simple question. Why do mornings matter so much?
That's a great question, Sarah. You know, I used to think mornings were just mornings, nothing special. But then I learned something interesting. How you start your day affects your entire day.
Can you explain that a bit more?
Sure, think about it like this. Imagine you're building a house. The morning is like the foundation.
Okay.
If the foundation is strong and solid, the whole house will be strong. But if the foundation is weak or broken, the house will have problems.
I love that comparison. So, a good morning is like a strong foundation for your day.
Exactly. When I wake up calmly and start my day with a good routine, I feel more productive, more positive, and less stressed. But when I rush and start the day in chaos, everything feels harder.
I've noticed the same thing. On days when I wake up early and take my time, I can handle problems more easily. But on rushed mornings, even small things make me angry or upset.
Yes, and there's actually science behind this. When you wake up, your brain is fresh and ready to learn. This is called having a clear mind.
Ethan?
If you practice English in the morning, even for just 10 minutes, your brain absorbs the information better.
That's really interesting. So, mornings are the perfect time for English learners to study.
Absolutely. You don't need hours of study time. Just 10 or 15 minutes of focused practice in the morning can make a big difference over time.
Okay, so we understand why mornings are important, but what stops people from having good mornings? What are the biggest problems?
Great question. Let's talk about obstacles. An obstacle is something that blocks your way or makes things difficult. What are some common morning obstacles?
Well, for me, the biggest obstacle used to be my phone. Every night, I would scroll through social media for hours. I'd tell myself just 5 more minutes, but suddenly it was midnight and I hadn't slept yet.
Oh, I know that problem. The blue light from phones actually makes it harder to sleep. So you go to bed late, sleep badly, and then feel terrible in the morning.
Exactly. And then I'd set my alarm for 7 a.m., but because I was so tired, I'd hit the snooze again and again. Finally, I'd wake up at 7:45 in a panic.
Hitting snooze is a huge obstacle for many people. Here's why. When you hit snooze, you're telling your brain, we don't have to get up yet. So your brain goes back to sleep mode.
Wait.
Then when the alarm rings again, it's even harder to wake up.
That makes sense. What are some other common obstacles?
Another big one is not preparing the night before. If you wake up and don't know what to wear, what to eat, or what you need to do, you waste time and energy making decisions.
Right. I used to stand in front of my closet for 10 minutes every morning trying to decide what to wear. Such a waste of time.
Exactly. And some people have the opposite problem. They plan too much. They want to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for 30 minutes, exercise for an hour, make a perfect breakfast, read for 30 minutes. It's too much.
So they get overwhelmed and give up?
Exactly. The key is to start simple and small. Don't try to change everything at once.
That's really helpful advice. So the first step is to identify your personal obstacles. What's blocking your good morning?
Yes, everyone is different. For you, it was late night phone use. For someone else, it might be going to bed too late, or not having a plan, or trying to do too much.
Right. Once you know your obstacle, you can work on fixing it. So, what's the next step?
The next step is to plan your morning the night before. This is so important, Sarah. It's like packing your bag before a trip.
Uh huh.
If you pack the night before, the morning is easy and relaxed. But if you try to pack in the morning, it's stressful and you forget things.
That's a perfect example. So, what should we plan the night before?
Let me share what I do. Every evening at about 9 p.m., I take 10 minutes to prepare for the next day. First, I choose my clothes and put them on a chair. This saves me so much time in the morning.
I started doing that too. It's amazing how such a simple thing makes mornings easier.
Exactly. Second, I pack my bag. I put in my laptop, my notebook, my water bottle, everything I need for the next day. Then I put my bag by the door so I can't forget it.
That's smart. I used to forget things all the time because I was rushing in the morning.
Third, and this is really important, I write down my top 3 priorities for the next day. Just 3 things, not 10, not 20, 3.
Why only 3?
Because if you write down 20 things, you feel overwhelmed, but 3 is manageable. When you wake up, you know exactly what you need to focus on.
I love that idea, and it must feel good to check them off during the day.
Exactly. Now, here's something else I do that might sound unusual. I prepare my breakfast the night before.
Really? What do you make?
Sometimes I make overnight oats. You just put oats, milk, and fruit in a jar, leave it in the fridge, and it's ready in the morning. Or sometimes I just set out my coffee cup, coffee, and everything I need. It saves time, and I make fewer decisions in the morning.
Making fewer decisions. That's an interesting point. Can you explain more?
Sure. Every day we make thousands of decisions. What to wear, what to eat, which route to take. Each decision uses mental energy.
Right.
So by making some decisions the night before, you save your mental energy for important things.
So planning the night before gives you more energy and less stress in the morning. I can see why this is so important.
Exactly. Even just 10 minutes of planning can completely change your morning. Now let's talk about wake-up time.
Ah, yes, wake up time. This is where I made my biggest mistake. When I decided to improve my mornings, I thought successful people wake up at 5 a.m., so I should too.
Oh no, let me guess, it didn't work?
Not at all. I usually wake up at 7:30, so waking up at 5 a.m. was torture. I managed to do it for 2 days, then I gave up completely and went back to my old habit.
This is such a common mistake, Sarah. People try to change too much too fast. It's like trying to run a marathon when you've never run before. You need to start small.
So, what should people do instead?
Start with small changes. If you normally wake up at 7:30, try waking up at 7:15, just 15 minutes earlier. After a week or two, when that feels comfortable, you can wake up at 7 o'clock.
That makes sense. Small steps are easier to maintain.
Exactly. And here's another important point. If you want to wake up earlier, you need to go to bed earlier too. You can't just wake up earlier and sleep less. That doesn't work.
Right, because then you're just tired all the time.
Exactly. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So if you want to wake up at 6:30, you should go to bed by 10:30 or 11.
What about people who have trouble waking up when the alarm rings?
Great question. I have a few tricks for that. First, move your alarm across the room, not next to your bed, across the room. This forces you to get out of bed to turn it off.
That's clever. Once you're out of bed, it's easier to stay awake.
Exactly. Another trick is to use a sunrise alarm clock. These special clocks gradually get brighter, like a sunrise. They wake you up gently with light instead of a loud noise.
I've heard of those. They're supposed to help you wake up more naturally.
Yes, and one more tip. Put a glass of water next to your alarm. When your alarm goes off and you get up to turn it off, drink the whole glass of water. It helps wake up your body and brain.
These are all great tips. So to summarize, choose a realistic wake-up time, make small changes, adjust your bedtime, and use tricks to help you actually get out of bed.
Perfect summary. Now, once you're awake, what should you do? Let's talk about mindfulness.
Mindfulness. I've heard this word a lot, but I'm not totally sure what it means. Is it like meditation?
Good question. Mindfulness can include meditation, but it doesn't have to. Basically, mindfulness means paying attention to the present moment. It means being aware of what you're doing right now, not thinking about yesterday or worrying about later.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Have you ever eaten breakfast while checking your phone and then you finish eating, but you don't remember tasting the food?
Oh, yes, that happens to me all the time.
That's the opposite of mindfulness. Mindfulness would be eating your breakfast and really tasting it, noticing the flavors, and enjoying each bite.
I see. So mindfulness is about being present and focused.
Exactly. And practicing mindfulness in the morning helps you start the day feeling calm and centered instead of stressed and distracted.
That sounds nice, but how do you actually practice mindfulness? Do I need to sit and meditate for an hour?
No, not at all. You can practice mindfulness in just 1 or 2 minutes. Let me give you some simple techniques.
Okay, I'm ready.
First technique, mindful breathing. When you wake up, before you check your phone or do anything else, sit on the edge of your bed. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds, then breathe out through your mouth for 4 seconds. Do this 3 or 4 times.
Just breathe slowly and count to 4?
Yes, it's that simple. This tells your body to relax and helps clear your mind.
What's another technique?
Second technique, morning gratitude. When you wake up, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They can be simple things. Maybe you're grateful for your comfortable bed, or that the sun is shining, or that you have coffee to drink.
I like this one. Starting the day by thinking about good things must put you in a positive mood.
It really does. And here's a third technique. Set a positive intention. Before you get out of bed, say to yourself, "Today, I am calm and focused," or "Today, I will do my best," or "Today is a good day."
So you're basically telling yourself how you want the day to go?
Exactly. It might sound strange, but it really works. The words you say to yourself matter. If you wake up thinking, "Ugh, I hate mornings, today will be terrible," then you start the day with negative energy. But if you set a positive intention, you start with positive energy.
I'm definitely going to try this. So, mindfulness is really just about taking a few minutes to breathe, be grateful, and set a positive intention.
That's right. Just 2 or 3 minutes can make a huge difference. Now let's talk about the next step, movement.
Okay, so after waking up mindfully, what's next?
The next step is to get your body moving. When you sleep, your body is in rest mode. Movement helps wake it up and gets your blood flowing.
Do I need to do a full workout? Because honestly, I don't have time for that in the morning.
No, you don't need a full workout. Just 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement is enough.
What kind of movement?
The simplest thing is stretching. When you get out of bed, do some easy stretches. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, touch your toes, roll your shoulders, stretch your neck from side to side.
That sounds easy and relaxing.
It is. Stretching helps release tension in your muscles and makes you feel more awake. Another great option is to take a short walk.
Uh-huh.
If the weather's nice, walk around your neighborhood for 5 or 10 minutes. If the weather's bad, just walk around your house or apartment.
What does walking do?
Walking gets your heart pumping a little bit and brings oxygen to your brain. This helps you feel more alert and focused. Plus, if you walk outside, the natural light helps you wake up even more.
Those are good options. What if someone wants something more fun or energetic?
Then, I recommend dancing. Put on one of your favorite songs and just dance around your room for 3 or 4 minutes. It sounds silly, but it's a great way to wake up your body and boost your mood.
And if you dance to an English song, you're also practicing your English listening skills.
Exactly. That's a great point, Sarah. You can combine movement with English practice.
What about people who really love exercise? Can they do more?
Of course, if you enjoy exercise and have time, you can do yoga, go for a run, or do a home workout. But remember, the goal is to make your routine sustainable. Sustainable means you can keep doing it every day.
Right.
If you plan an hour-long workout every morning but you don't have time, you'll give up quickly.
So it's better to do 10 minutes of movement every day than to plan an hour-long workout that you never actually do.
Exactly. Start small, be consistent. Now, speaking of English practice, let's talk about our next step, adding English to your morning routine.
This is my favorite step. I love the idea of practicing English every morning. But Mike, I know some of our listeners are thinking, I don't have time for this.
I understand that feeling, but here's the secret. You only need 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. Everyone has 5 minutes.
And small amounts of practice every day are better than long study sessions once a week, right?
Exactly. Think about it like watering a plant. If you give a plant a little water every day, it grows healthy and strong. But if you forget about it all week and then pour a huge amount of water on it one day, it doesn't work well.
That's a great comparison. English learning is the same. A little bit every day is the key.
Right. So let me give you some easy ways to practice English in the morning. First option, listen to an English podcast while you make breakfast or get ready. You don't need to sit down and focus completely. Just listen while you do other things.
That's what I do. I listen to English podcasts while I make my coffee and eat breakfast. It's become a habit now.
Perfect. Second option, read a short English article. It could be a news article, a blog post, or even an interesting social media post. Just 5 minutes of reading helps improve your vocabulary and grammar.
What if someone wants to practice writing?
Great idea. Keep a simple journal in English. Every morning, write 3 or 4 sentences about your plans for the day, or how you're feeling, or what you're grateful for.
So you could combine the gratitude practice we talked about earlier with English writing.
Exactly. That's working smart. And here's another option. If you want to practice speaking, talk to yourself in the mirror while you brush your teeth or get dressed.
Talk to myself? Won't I feel silly?
Maybe at first, but it really works. You can describe what you see around you in English, or talk about your plans for the day, or even have an imaginary conversation. The point is to practice speaking out loud.
I actually tried this recently, and you're right, it does help. At first I felt awkward, but now it feels natural.
And here's one more idea. Change your phone language to English. Then every morning when you check your phone, you're seeing English words and phrases.
Oh, that's smart. You're learning English without even trying.
Exactly. The key is to make English practice a natural part of your morning, not something separate or difficult. If it feels easy and natural, you'll keep doing it every day.
I love all these ideas. So remember, listeners, just 5 to 10 minutes of English practice every morning. You can listen, read, write, or speak. Choose what works for you.
Perfect. Now let's talk about our final step, tracking your progress.
Okay, so we've planned our morning, we've created a routine, but how do we make sure we actually stick to it?
That's where tracking comes in. Tracking means keeping a record of what you do. When you track your morning routine, you can see your progress and stay motivated.
Can you give some examples of how to track?
Sure. The simplest method is a paper calendar or habit tracker. Get a calendar and put it on your wall. Every day that you complete your morning routine, put a big X or check mark on that day.
So you can see all your successful days in a row.
Exactly. After a week, you'll have 7 check marks in a row, and you'll feel proud. You'll think, I did it 7 days in a row. I don't want to break the chain. This motivates you to keep going.
I love that. What if someone prefers using their phone?
Then use a habit tracking app. There are many free apps where you can list your habits and check them off each day. Some apps even send you reminders and show you statistics.
That sounds helpful for people who always have their phone with them.
Yes, and here's another great tracking method. Keep a journal. Every evening, write a few sentences about how your morning went. What worked well? What was difficult? How did you feel?
This helps you learn from your experience.
Exactly. Maybe you'll notice that you feel great when you wake up at 6:30, but terrible when you wake up at 6 o'clock. That's useful information. Or maybe you'll realize that morning walks make you feel energized, but morning yoga makes you feel relaxed.
So tracking helps you understand yourself better and improve your routine.
Yes, and here's an important point. Your routine doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to stay the same forever. It's okay to adjust and change things.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe you try waking up at 6:30 for a week, but it's too early and you feel tired all day. That's okay. Adjust it. Try 7 instead. Or maybe you plan to do 20 minutes of English practice, but you don't have that much time. Adjust it to 10 minutes.
So we should be flexible.
Exactly. The goal is to create a routine that works for your life, not to follow someone else's perfect routine. If something doesn't work, change it. Keep experimenting until you find what feels good.
That's really encouraging. I think some people give up because they feel like they have to do everything perfectly.
Yes, but perfection isn't the goal. Consistency is the goal. It's better to have a simple morning routine that you do every day than a perfect routine that you only do once a month.
Great advice. Now, before we finish, we have a special vocabulary section. We're going to explain some important words and phrases from today's episode.
That's right, Sarah. We've used some really useful intermediate level words today, and we want to make sure everyone understands them. Are you ready?
Yes. Let's start with word number 1, obstacle. An obstacle is something that makes it difficult to do something or reach a goal. For example, my biggest obstacle to waking up early is going to bed late at night.
Great example. Word number 2, routine. A routine is a set of activities that you do regularly, usually in the same order. For example, my morning routine includes making coffee, reading for 10 minutes, and going for a walk.
Perfect. Word number 3, mindfulness. Mindfulness means paying attention to the present moment and being aware of your thoughts and feelings. For example, I practice mindfulness by taking deep breaths and thinking about what I'm grateful for.
Excellent. Word number 4, productive. Productive means getting a lot of work done or achieving good results. For example, I feel more productive when I start my day with a good breakfast.
Good one. Word number 5, overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means feeling like you have too much to do or too much to think about. For example, I felt overwhelmed when I tried to change my entire morning routine in one day.
Very relatable. Word number 6, sustainable. Sustainable means able to continue for a long time. For example, a sustainable morning routine is one that you can do every day without feeling stressed.
Love it. Word number 7, intention. An intention is a plan or goal, especially about how you want to behave or what you want to achieve. For example, I set a positive intention every morning by telling myself, today will be a good day.
Perfect. Word number 8, chaos. Chaos means complete disorder or confusion. For example, my mornings used to be total chaos. I couldn't find anything and I was always late.
That's a useful word. Word number 9, consistent. Consistent means doing something regularly and not changing. For example, if you want to improve your English, you need to be consistent and practice every day.
Great. And our final word, number 10, adjust. Adjust means to change something slightly to make it better or more suitable. For example, I had to adjust my wake-up time because 6 a.m. was too early for me.
Excellent! So those are our 10 vocabulary words for today. Try to use them in your own conversations this week.
Well, Sarah, we've covered a lot of information today. Let's do a quick recap for our listeners.
Great idea. So today we talked about creating a productive morning routine. We learned that mornings are important because they set the tone for your whole day.
We identified common obstacles like staying up too late, hitting snooze, and not having a plan. The first step is to figure out what your biggest obstacle is.
Then we shared 6 steps for building a better morning routine. Step 1, plan the night before. Choose your clothes, pack your bag, and write down your top 3 priorities for the next day.
Step 2, choose a realistic wake-up time. Make small changes, like waking up 15 minutes earlier. Don't try to change too much at once.
Step 3, practice morning mindfulness. Take a few minutes to breathe deeply, think about what you're grateful for, and set a positive intention.
Step 4, get your body moving. Do some stretching, take a short walk, or dance to your favorite song. Just 5 to 10 minutes of movement makes a big difference.
Step 5, add a mini English practice session. Spend 5 to 10 minutes listening to a podcast, reading an article, writing in a journal, or practicing speaking.
And step 6, track your progress and adjust your routine as needed. Use a calendar, app, or journal to keep track of what you do. Be flexible and make changes if something isn't working.
The most important thing to remember is start small and be consistent. You don't need to do everything perfectly. Even small changes can make a big difference over time.
Exactly. And remember, you can find more English learning resources on our channel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes.
We really hope today's episode helps you create a morning routine that works for you. A good morning can truly change your whole day.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more English learning content.
And if you have any questions or want to share your morning routine with us, leave a comment below. We love hearing from you.
Take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, keep practicing your English and keep building those healthy morning habits. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Your English learning journey continues. Click on our next video to keep improving, or check out our recommended videos below. See you next time.